Colorado was a trendsetter, the first state to create a voter-approved paid family leave program. In year one, more than 125,000 people used it, with more than $700 million paid out so far. But there was one big outstanding question.
One was we didn't know how these benefits were going to be taxed by the federal government.
Until this January, when the IRS finally weighed in, a full year after the state launched the program.
The voters of Colorado were able to say we want it, and it was the job of the family division to figure out how best to make that work. And a part of that was spending a portion of last year really advocating to the IRS to get some guidance out.
Spoiler alert, most folks will owe some federal taxes on that money.
Pretty broad stroke way of looking at this is the only time it may be not taxable is if you were taking leave for your own personal medical issue.
Lauren Long is a CPA and knows clients are diving into their taxes now.
So no one will actually know until they calculate their own taxes, how much tax they owe. These could be people that have never owed taxes on their tax return before because they have an employer that's been withholding taxes and they usually get a refund.
New parents, patients battling a medical diagnosis, or caretakers for others. Those using the family program have a lot on their plate already.
The most important thing is don't stress about it and don't avoid it. Don't procrastinate.
Easier said than done, right, when it comes to taxes? Don't stress about it. A couple of things to talk about here. There are some new things in 2025. So in 2024, the guinea pigs, of which I was part of that group because I had a baby last year, there was no option to withhold taxes. Now there is. The state will let you do a 10% flat fee where you can start to withhold. So hopefully by the time the tax season comes around next year, your burden is at least a little bit lower. The second thing is there are going to be options if you find yourself in the position where you owe taxes this year. We have a lot of information on our website about some of the things that could happen next. I'm not a tax expert, but what we did is we took those questions to one and said, okay, what if you find yourself in that position? So I want to send people to our website, 9news.com, where we start to answer those questions. It is not all encompassing, of course, but it can kind of get you started on what that might look like.
Yeah, because there's still like outstanding questions. You're asking if I did my taxes. I'm like, I did my federal. When it got to Colorado, I just kind of stopped in my tracks because there's still stuff outstanding. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, you can't even submit those yet. We've been waiting to find out when that could even open. I personally have also worked through my taxes and ran into a snag where there was an error on a third party, like a TurboTax, where it's like not quite ready to process everybody's returns yet. There's questions about the family leave. So we are still trying to figure out what this is going to look like for all these families. And to be clear, 130,000 people used this last year. But the program rolled out before the IRS guidance came out. So it's kind of like, hey, we start the program, but we don't know what the rules are yet. It's tricky. I wish I had all the answers, but as we get them, we're going to kind of funnel into that web story so you guys can get some answers.
Yeah, so much good information there. Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate it.